All right, we are back, and uh, welcome to um, part two and a half of exposing Christianity, the African American version. And what I'm about to read to y'all now is a book called "How to Make a Negro Christian." The a this and this book is a reprinting of the excuse me. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, this book is a reprinting of the religious introduction of the Negroes and other works by Dr. Reverend Charles Colcock Jones. When when I read his middle name, I cracked up. Okay, but on the bottom here, there's a note, and it says, "This is a book written during the slavery period in America by Reverend Dr. Charles Colcock Jones. He was a major slave owner that owned three plantations. He developed a system to make slaves more submissive and easier to control by converting them to Christianity. Over time, his methods, proved highly successful and became standard operating procedures for most slave owners. And black people today still suffer with that slave mentality today. It's called cognitive dissonance. And before we continue on with the reading aspect of the lecture, let's go to Google, and I'll show you what cognitive dissonance. Uh, I'll show you what cognitive dissonance is. All right. So since I'm screen recording, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take it and I'm going to erase that. Cog. Here we go. Thanks, Google. Cognitive dissonance. All right. We're gonna read what is cognitive dissonance. All right. Cognitive dissonance. This is why people get upset when their beliefs are challenged. Cognitive dissonance is a mental conflict that occurs when beliefs are contradicted by new information. This conflict activates areas of the brain involved in personal identity and emotional response to threats. The brain's alarms go off when a person feels threatened on a deeply personal and emotional level, causing them to shut down and disregard any rational evidence that contradicts what they previously regarded as truth. That that would that would be like me telling somebody, "Hey, the sky is blue," and they say, "No, no, no, it isn't. It's it's actually a light purple." But then so then when I try to convince them that no, the sky is uh an actual light blue, we might get to arguing back and forth until I decide to bring evidence that conflicts or contradicts what they know and think to be the truth, and they believed in that. They believed in their core belief so strongly that when I show them evidence, it might be hard for them to believe that. You know what I'm saying? So that, my friends, is cognitive dissonance. I'm I might put this on my Facebook. All right, for people to see. Okay, uh, at add me on Facebook, Devin Harris. Okay, if you want to, add me on Facebook, Devin Harris. You should see a picture of me smiling. I'm in my wheelchair and I have on a red shirt. Okay, and that's that on that. Let's continue with the lecture. All right, so back to this. Okay, so we read that part already. Now, as a disclaimer, I wasn't able to get the book in its entirety, and so yeah, I wasn't able to get the book in its entirety. So I was only able to purchase a sample. All right. So what we'll do is we will read from the sample of this book. How to Make a Negro Christian, a reprinting of the religious instruction of the Negroes and other works by Dr. Reverend Charles Colcock Jones. Commentary and analysis. Um, Also by Kamal 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 Makesi Tahuti. All right. All right. Let's go to the. Let's read the introduction. Introduction. We are an African people. While all people make that claim that on a genetic basis, genetics is not the only determinant of identity. Better yet, instead of going through all this, I have a better idea. Hold on. I'll come back to the screen recording of this lecture later because I have something that I want to say in regards to the Jesus entity. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna make a video clip to to show y'all something. All right. So hold your horses. Hold on tight, y'all.
1830s, the slave masters of Georgia decided they should preach the gospel to their Negroes because of how lazy and depraved these slaves were. Accepting the gospel would help the Negroes be better slaves, and their slave masters would get a big reward in heaven. But ordinary church wouldn't work. The slaves didn't attend often enough, and when they did, the sermons were not dumbed down enough for a Negro to understand. So a plan was devised to set up religious education stations on the boundaries between the plantations, and to send specially trained teachers onto the plantations to teach the Negroes religion at a level they could comprehend. And since the teachers would be Southern gentlemen picked by the slave masters, there was no risk of spreading ideas about freedom amongst the slaves. Furthermore, the plan was so devised to keep the Negroes illiterate and never teach them anything other than the gospel according to those who were enslaving them. And now part 3. Objection number 3. This plan interferes with the planter's arrangements and will probably expose him to the slanders.
Sorry for the noise in the background, family. I'm just pulling up in bed, okay?
If he pleases,
we're gonna keep this going. Let's go.
They will come at whatever time he shall appoint and continue their meetings no longer than may be agreeable to him. The planter is to please himself. He is not to conform to the arrangements of the society, but the society is to conform to his. For the society knows very well that it has no more right to interfere in his plantation's arrangements than they have to interfere in those of his family. That the planter will suffer from the slanderous reports of the teachers, we hope may never be a fact. When the teacher comes on a plantation, he comes, as it were, into a private family. It would be almost unpardonable in a man to come with professions of friendship to do us the kindness and service of religiously instructing our servants, and then discovering something which he may deem improper in our treatment of our servants or in their conduct toward us, to go away and make it a matter of public notoriety. He betrays the confidence reposed in him. He is unfaithful to his trust. We hope the society may never hold in its bosom such a man. We hope it may never shake the hand of fellowship with him. In order to avoid everything of this nature, it shall be the duty of the executive committee to appoint as teacher men of judgment and discretion, and to inculcate in their private conference with them the Christian duty of abstaining from any comment whatever upon what they see or hear while engaged in the discharge of their important duties. Objection 4. This plan will take up too much of the teacher's time and subject him to great inconvenience. What great and good work is there that requires no sacrifice of time and convenience? And is the sacrifice of time and convenience in the present work so great as to deter us from it? Let us see if it is. As to time, the teacher will devote perhaps, at most, but one evening to the instruction of the Negroes, and surely he can so arrange his business as not to suffer other engagements to interfere with this. And now, what is it for us to devote one evening in the week to our servants when their whole time is devoted to us? Especially, too, when we seek to promote the salvation of their immortal souls? It is a shame for any man to talk of the sacrifice of time. As to inconvenience, the teacher will not ride at the extent more than a few miles. He may sometimes have his zeal and resolution tested by a dark or rainy evening. But what is the inconvenience of a short ride and sometimes a stormy night for the benefit of those who are employed in labor for us through all the changes of weather during the year, and who have no other time in the week to attend religious meetings? It is a shame for any man to talk of the sacrifice of convenience. The trouble of preparation for his meetings should be something to the teacher. He is engaged in most important and momentous labors. They reach into eternity, and he should discharge them to the best of his abilities. He should bring forth out of his treasures things new and old, so as always to interest and instruct his charge. But considering how many excellent helps we now have in interpreting and illustrating Scripture, he may make his trouble comparatively light. And what is the trouble of preparation to a man who feels the value of the soul, to a man engaged in the work of converting men unto God? The trouble is not then thought of. Do then teachers who are interested in their work complain of the trouble of preparation? No. They know by experience that the Scripture is true, which saith, He that watereth shall himself be watered. They are watered, and having their skirts clear of the blood of souls, and obtaining a more intimate acquaintance with the Word of God, and in enjoying the happiness consequent upon sincere labors in the cause of Christ. We feel that if we can see our servants attentive to our instructions, improving in morality, above all, heartily embracing religion, we shall feel amply compensated for any sacrifice of time and convenience to which we shall be subjected. And by the blessing of God, may we not hope for this? Objection 5. This plan of instructing the Negroes will do no good. It will only make them worse hypocrites and worse men. It has been tried before. We confess that we are unable to feel the force of this objection. Our object will be to teach as God shall enable us the gospel to the Negroes. Will any man say that the tendency of the gospel is to make men worse than they are? If any man says this, we earnestly hope that he will put himself to the trouble of examining the gospel itself and its legitimate effects upon mankind. We think that he will be convinced of his error. Wherever the gospel is statedly and faithfully preached, the result is favorable to the piety and morality of the people. We can see no reason whatever why it should produce an effect on our Negroes contrary to that which it is designed by infinite wisdom and benevolence to produce, and which it actually produces on all other men, and on some whose condition is worse than that of our Negroes. And from what people did we, with all our piety and morality and knowledge, spring from a people once as degraded as Negroes. And
so while the white folks is sitting there robbing black people, separating our ancestors from our family, robbing us of our royalties. They wanted our indigenous ancestors to believe that their so-called pie in the sky or their heaven was up in the clouds somewhere. When our ancestors should have had heaven right here on earth.
What has lifted us so far above our progenitors? The gospel, and nothing else. Is there not then a redeeming power?
The gospel and nothing else. Wow.
The gospel for the Africans? We firmly believe that there is. Without this belief, we would not make an effort to give it to them. The unintelligible or corrupt preaching of the gospel may make men worse, but never the preaching of the pure gospel. We are quite certain that no plan of instruction like the present has ever been in operation in this country. The efforts heretofore made have been quite partial and for the most part irregular, and it would not be proper for us, considering God's general course in providence and in grace, to expect much decided good from such efforts. And even admitting that the Negroes have hardened themselves and grown worse under former advantages, this should not discourage us from attempting something more in their behalf. It should operate as an additional and very powerful reason why we should attempt something more in their behalf. But may we not go further? admitting we were assured beforehand that our labors would be contemned and result only in great indifference to religion and an increased hardness of heart. Even this assurance ought not to deter us from duty. God, sometimes in the accomplishment of his purposes and of his great mercy, commands advantages to be multiplied to those who will certainly abuse them. The Jews in the days of Christ were a remarkable instance of this. Matthew 23, verses 33 and 39. But it may be questioned if this objection is supported by a solitary fact. On the contrary, we believe that in the judgment of sober, unprejudiced men, whenever the Negroes have enjoyed for any reasonable time the privileges of the gospel, they will, in point of order and morality, be found in advance of those who have not enjoyed them. These are some of the objections which have been urged against our plan of conveying religious instruction to our servants. And after duly considering them, we do not think that they are of sufficient weight to deter us from our purpose. It is a matter of astonishment that there should be any objection at all, for the duty of giving religious instruction to our Negroes and the benefits flowing from it should be obvious to all. The benefits we conceive to be incalculably great, and some of them are the following. 1. There will be a better understanding of the mutual relations of master and servant. We
heard that?
That there are many of our fellow citizens, and we would implicate ourselves in the charge, who have never given themselves the trouble to inquire into the number and nature of those duties which they owe to their servants, and are in reason and in conscience bound to perform. Nor do we think that our servants generally understand their duties towards us, and from what motives they should be performed. In many instances, we have them, after failure to perform them, through punishment which might have been saved by a little timely instruction. And although the relative duties of master and servant are so important and are so often insisted upon and defined in the scriptures, we do not recollect ever to have heard a sermon from the pulpit concerning them. 2. That there will be greater subordination and a decrease of crime amongst the Negroes. It is well known that slavery existed in the Roman Empire during the life of Christ and his apostles, and that many slaves became converts during their preaching. It appears that they did not.
Christ during that time period was Caesar Borgia. Don't fall for the okie doke.
Interfere at all with the civil condition of the slaves, nor pass any opinion concerning them, but preach to them the plain gospel, which is limited to every class and condition of men, and inculcated the duty of obedience in a very high degree. The following passages will suffice as a specimen. Servants, be obedient to your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart. Servants, obey in all things.
Jesus Christ, from this point of view, is the slave master's son, and God Almighty, according to their religion, is the slave master. Do you see the subliminal programming of the subconscious mind, y'all? I'm gonna let this play through, and then I'll stop it. Okay? Because it's practically almost over. So let's finish it up. But I'll put the links in the description of this video, okay? And then I'm gonna show a picture of people singing in a choir, and I'm about to explain that in a little bit, and then I'm gonna show the Jesus picture, and then I'm gonna show y'all my my Cash App, and I'll put the link to my Cash App towards the end of this video. All right, peace.
Your masters according to
Excuse
the
me.
flesh, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, not unto men. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their masters worthy of
When they say not unto men, that's basically saying bury your wages to the slave master and the enslaver, which is the son of the slave master. Okay. I'm trying to do the best breakdown that I possibly can. I might not fully understand all the, slave owner lingo, but I peep a little bit of it. You know what I mean? The parts that I am able to comprehend is what I mean. I know that this lecture could have been a little better, but I started. I ain't going front, y'all. I started kind of late, so my apologies on that. But from the information that I could give you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Let's continue, and then we'll take it on home with the outro of this lecture.
all honor, etc. And the Apostle Paul commands ministers to exhort servants to be obedient unto their own masters and to please them well in all things, etc. Ephesians 6, 5 and 6, Colossians 3, 22, 1 Timothy 6, 1, Titus 2, 9. And other passages of the like import, which anyone may see for himself by consulting the New Testament, particularly the epistle to Philemon, where it appears that the Apostle Paul sends back Onesimus, a runaway slave, to his master. It will be noticed that obedience is inculcated as a Christian duty, binding on the servants, and thus the authority of masters is supported by considerations drawn from eternity. Now, it would be a prime object with the teachers to tread in the footsteps of the apostles. Will the authority of the masters be weakened by instructions of this sort? No, it will be strengthened, and we believe that their authority can be strengthened and supported in this way only. For the duty of obedience will never be felt and performed to the extent that we desire it, unless we can bottom it on religious principle. End of part 3.
All right, that's the end of it. I really don't want to hear the rest of it. I started to give it a like, but then that means I might have to listen to the rest, and I don't want to do that. I just wanted to break down certain points as to why black people should not be a part of Christianity, and why they should not be Christians. I've done my best. Okay. I will say this though. Hopefully, when I do the Preaching Pagan segments, my lectures will be my lectures from that narrative will be a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I do the Black Preaching Pagan, you'll see and understand fully why Black people should not be Christians. Okay. Alright, but I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the last. I'm gonna do my last two slides, and then show the Cash App, and that'll be the end of the lecture. All right, let's go. All right. Oh, so I'm gonna make this really quick. Okay. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna make this um really quick, but don't mind the pictures. These are just um female friends of mine. Um. I'm trying to see where I put the oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So if you look on the bottom right corner of this collage I made, you'll you'll see some black Christian women singing in their church choir. Now, um, if you haven't seen my video, the the truth about gospel music exposed, I want y'all to go ahead and go check that out. But I'm just gonna give y'all a, excuse me, hold on one second. Oh, Ashe, hail Black Satan. But anyway, uh, um, um, if you haven't seen my YouTube video on the truth about gospel music exposed, I really recommend that y'all check that out. So the main how gospel music actually got started was when our African ancestors, well, yeah, when our African ancestors were brought over here and uh, sold as slaves to become Americans. They would be working out in the fields, and they would be singing songs of freedom. You know, one day I hope to be free. That type of that type of thing. And so you know when our African ancestors would 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 sing songs like that, this would offend their their slave owners. So when the slave masters would teach our African ancestors the Christian Bible, they they would teach them the hymns, and the hymns y'all should already know are the gospel songs. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins are need to bear. You know what I mean? That nonsense. And so the reason why I sung that is to show you that through song they 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 manipulate your emotional state by heavily convincing you that Christianity is the way by making you sing gospel songs, which which was, again, as I said, originally intended to be songs of hope, liberty, and freedom. Our African ancestors, some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them that okay, most of them. Let me correct that. Most of them that did not want to be a part of the slavery program, they would sing songs of hope and freedom, hoping that just someday, someday they don't have to work out in the plantation, be around the slave master, and be able to live life as an independent free man and free woman. You know what I mean? And times like that was hard. It reminds me of a video that I had saw. Shout out to Dane Calloway. It reminds me of a video on YouTube I saw by brother Dane Calloway. How he said that most black people think that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, but in all actuality, he didn't free the slaves. He just freed the slaves from the from the in from the institutionalization of the state, so that they wouldn't have to keep experiencing slave mentality living. You know what I mean? With all the whipping and the beating that was going on, or the casual killings. You know what I mean? Yeah, white people would be coming up in their horse and buggy, see one of the slaves take out a rifle and just blast him in the middle of the road, and then blame it on their family members or friends. But yet they're proselytizing you and your ancestors, your family, your friends to want to become Christians. I want to say this: nobody was born a Christian. You were raised that, and the saddest thing is I've seen TikTok videos. I seen this one TikTok video one time where a a a, a black mother gave birth to her black child, and the baby came and the baby was already out of his mother's womb, lifting his hands to the Almighty Christian God, praising Him, giving Him thanks. Now in your mind, you might think that that's that's harmless, is innocent, but what the mother didn't know was that slavery was made and predicated upon the enslavement, the murder, and the genocide of our own people. And so, you know, instead of instead of you you being a revolutionary for your black people, they they want you to believe that again, they want you to believe that Jesus is your revolutionary. Jesus is your freedom fighter and your savior. Well, let me give you some esoteric truth now about Jesus. Do you want to know why they created these mythological characters known as Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene? What your slave owners of today, and these slave owners are black. So as long as they're Christian, you got a church and you got a 501c3 tax exempt. Uh, and you believe everything the pastors say, you'll never know what freedom is and what it looks or feels like. But let me tell you just real quick. Let me tell you who. Excuse me. Let me tell you who Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene, um, esoterically and symbolically is. Jesus is nothing but the captured version of you as the radical revolutionary black man. Okay? And excuse me, in the Bible, Acts, the book of Acts, chapter 5, verses 1 through 35, and I paraphrase. It says that it it says that um I could be reading it wrong, but I think one of the kings ordered Jesus to be hung on a tree, right? And it said that it said that it says that one of Jesus' disciples, Peter, it says that he witnessed it. Like, he was basically saying that he saw Jesus getting lashes and beat. So they they hung him. They they hung him and killed him. Basically. So what that means symbolically is that if you were ever caught as a radical and revolutionary black man or black woman, if you were, if you're, what they were, what white people through Christianity is, is saying to us is that if you rebel against us and our system, this is what's gonna happen to you. We're gonna We're gonna take you. We're gonna hang you. You know, we're gonna lynch you and kill you. That's really all there is to it. Okay, that's the real truth behind black black Jesus. Black Jesus is nothing more than a mockery of us radical dominant black men saving our own people. But the white people say if you go against our system, well, what'll happen? We'll crucify you, and we'll make sure you we'll make sure you die. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what all that is about. That's all it is. Okay, I'm sorry this was so long. Like I said, I started late. Um, but before I end this, I wanna quickly show y'all my Cash App, okay, and the and also the link to my Rumble page. I think I have the pictures already. Okay, hold on right quick. Excuse me. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let me show y'all my Cash App. All right, so now that we're at the end of this lecture, my Cash App is I am Devin H. All right, you can send me any amount of money. I don't care how much it is. Even if it's just $1. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just $1, $2, shoot, $5 to $10. I don't even care if it's 100 or more. Whatever amount you have the opportunity to give is fine with me. And plus, I got a birthday coming up in a couple of months, so that it would be great if I could get some money for my birthday. You know what I mean? I would really appreciate it. You know. But yeah, this right here is my Cash App. I am Devin, capital H. I am Devin H on Cash App, and there's me with my I call it my my hustler's hat. That's actually a Godfather gangster hat that I have on my head, and I still have that hat today, and I have a blue one also. But there you go, y'all. That's my Cash App. All right. So don't be afraid to send me some money. Money, 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 money. All right. Okay. One more thing. Actually, a couple things. Um, this right here is a link to my Rumble channel. I think I should have about 5 videos up. You know, uploading content to Rumble takes a little bit of a long time, man. So and I'm not always using Rumble, so with that you just got to be patient. So right now currently I should have at least, I want to say, about 5 videos up. Um, I'm I'm only one individual. I'm doing the best I can to upload content to Rumble. It's not synced to to YouTube at all. So you absolutely get um, free exclusive content that won't be on YouTube. Some of the videos that are already on my occult lectures YouTube will be on Rumble, but most of the videos I make won't be on YouTube, and I'm not even gonna tell you what those videos are yet. I'm gonna save it as a surprise. But yeah, there you go. Um, there's my Rumble channel, Fury Jones 333. That's Fury FURYJONES 333. Fury Jones 333. Please follow, give it a like, and please share. Don't hesitate to share my channel. I'll have a lot more information coming on that channel, and I'm also making another Rumble channel that's strictly for gaming. Okay, so on this Rumble channel right here, you're gonna see my lectures and my music and my music videos. All right, that's coming soon too. But on my other Rumble channel, um, it'll be nothing but gaming videos, gaming reviews, and comedy skits. Okay, that is until they take TikTok down. You know what I mean? But yeah, most of my gaming content and TikTok comedy content will be on the new Rumble channel coming soon. All right, and I will give y'all the details as to when my new Rumble channel will be up. But for right now, y'all can follow this channel, which will also always be active. Fury Jones 333. FURYJONES 333. That's my Rumble channel. All right. And and last but not least, the email. For any questions, comments, and new lecture ideas, you can email Brother Devin at Brother Devin Occult Lectures at gmail.com. I'll spell it for y'all. BROTHADEVONOCCULTLECTURES at symbol Gmail GMAIL.com, which stands for common. All right. Brother Devin Occult Lectures at gmail.com. Again, if you have any questions, comments, new lecture ideas, and what I mean by new lecture ideas, y'all, is that when you give me an idea for a lecture, you have to throw a lecture idea at me that no one in the YouTube conscious community has ever done before. And if you give me some time to pull up the research and get the slides together, I'll be on it with the presentations. Okay. I might not be the greatest presenter, but I just do the best I can with what I got, and you can take it or don't watch it. It's as simple as that. But yeah, there's my email, Brother Devin, occultlectures@gmail.com. Alright? And show the Cash App one more time. My Cash App is I am Devin H. You see my first and last name? The straw man. but yeah, yeah, my Cash App is $ I am Devin H. Let me say that again. My Cash App is $ I am Devin H. All right. Okay. That's it, y'all. This concludes my lecture of exposing Christianity. Parts 1 and 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next lecture. And we got more spiritual vlogs and more paranormal activity stories. And if you want to send me if you want to send me an audio or a video of your paranormal activity story, you could hit me up on the email, Brother Devin, occultlectures@gmail.com. I'm not gonna spell it again for y'all, but yeah, just hit me up on the email. Tell your friends and family about me, and we can go from there. Oh, and now if you're uploading a video, it should be no longer than I want to say 6 to 10 minutes long. All right, 6, 10 to 15 minutes long. Anything, unless you got an iPhone, I can upload your scary story to its fullest extent. But anything longer than that, you might have to chop it up into sections, okay, so that I'll be able to upload it to the channel. All right. Well, this your man, Brother Devin, and I will see y'all again next time. All right. 6 side niggas.